ever think of. They always think of heroic measures. They never think this poor cell is starving. So, and that's where we come in with our super nutrient Platinum Plus. With the exception of TB, which we have not been able to take on because we haven't seen or heard of cases that we can get in contact with, MRSA staph is now becoming a treatable thing naturally with our staph protocol. And that's an elevated amount of our Platinum Plus, an elevated amount of our Sea-Aloe Gold, which is magical and mystical, elevated amounts of vitamin C, and in persons where the metals are a factor and don't come out readily, we use a substance now called zeolite. Various claims are made for zeolite, but we can only make one claim for it, and that is that it helps to pull metals out of the body. And we have cases that verify that. As a result, TB, like staph and other bacterial infections, is becoming more threatening because of growing worldwide multi-drug resistance. That's pretty clear. What's not clear is tail end Charlie, that people are malnourished all over the world and becoming fertile growing fields for all these bugs, and now superbugs, because you can bet your hat the day will come when vancomycin won't handle MRSA staph. Or if it's not called MRSA, it might be called vancomycin resistant staph. So the answer should occur to the great minds of this medical world of ours, that maybe the resistance of the body has to be helped and not the super drug that comes along and they can charge you $150 for, or whatever it is. So, in taking the Platinum Plus, the immune system drives on protein. The whole body drives on protein. Enzymes, genes, and chromosomes are turned on and off with enzymes, and enzymes are all protein driven. So what we say is that as we sort of come out of the closet, we are now finally coming to grips with years and years of, well, they couldn't find that. Well, guess what? They're now finding it, and they're scratching their heads. And we've been subduing Staphylococcus aureus, Epstein-Barr, cytomegalovirus, staph, strep, and now super staph and super strep with plain, ordinary nutrition that works. Centrum don't work, okay? Get that. A lot of the well-known chains sell inferior products that are not biologically available, which answers why sometimes the proper nutrition costs a little more. Guess what? It's because it works, and it's been processed properly and is biologically available. So, if you want to have a good life and to beat these things that are growing in your tissues and hiding on your tissues, the stealth bacteria, the stealth virus, we would urge you to go to our website, supernutrient.com, and find out all the research that we've done and all the success we've had with diseases like fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia people are an open door to all these conditions that we're talking about. We've quit looking at people that had 6 different viruses. It got to be just sort of a catalog after a while, and we didn't need that. And we've had great success with fibromyalgia. But going back over the fibromyalgia people, we found out that this stealth staph, and both of them were stealth, the regular staph and the MRSA staph are stealth organisms. And we had to do a little soul searching to see why these people didn't respond like the normal, so-called normal fibromyalgia people. And that's what they had hidden in their tissues. MRSA staph, we haven't seen TB. We found the staph in their root canals, we found them in their tonsils, we found them in their thyroid. There's 20 million people out there that possibly could be reclaimed from taking thyroid replacement hormone therapy by turning back on their thyroid and getting the infection out and getting the iodine back in and getting the bromine and fluorine out. So it's not a hopeless situation, but it's a mystery situation for most people and most doctors. It's crystal clear to us, and as I said, we're coming out of the closet and we're going to tell people how we do it, why we do it, and the great results that we get when it's done. And we hope for more and more doctors that we can refer to that can do this kind of therapy and treatment all over the world, because we're glad to refer. We hope to refer everybody that we can find to competent doctors. The problem is there are very few competent doctors out there. Certainly not knowledgeable in energy diagnosis, and that's what we claim. So I thank you for your attention, and I hope you listen to this message because it could save your life.